What's up, guys? So, I was thinking about it this weekend. I played Sunday at a place I used to play. I started playing there probably around, I don't even know, 1991. It's changed ownership over time, and now the resort company, the hotel company that I work for, owns the place. It's good to actually make more tips there on Sunday than I did the entire weekend because I got rained out on Friday and had to play inside. But it struck me, here's the issue that I have. This is why I don't look for gigs anymore, by the way. I have some type of post-traumatic stress syndrome towards bar patrons. Like drunks, sloppy people. This place on Sunday is not like that, but that's the reason why I don't look for gigs. I don't like the crowds in the places that have live music anymore, other than like resorts and upscale type places. It's not because I'm a snob or anything like that. It's just so many years of drunks in bars, and I don't drink. And I don't identify with the people whatsoever. I have different interests, things that I'm into. I don't watch sports. I read quite a bit. I'm into other things, the outdoors and traveling and hiking, and the typical bar small talk, and then the drinks, and there's a certain kind of seediness to some of them, and there's a certain aggression. I can't. There's something in the vibe and the atmosphere that I don't care for anymore at all. I can't explain what it is. It's definitely, I feel it, and I get very, very uncomfortable. And I was even uncomfortable a little bit on Sunday. I'm not scared in any way. I just don't like the vibe, if that makes any sense. And so that is one of the main reasons I don't even look for gigs anymore. Because I know where they all are. I know I can get them. It's not a problem. I just don't like the crowd. I feel uncomfortable. On breaks, I just want to walk to my car. So I don't know what it is. If you guys have any idea what that might be. But yeah, I think that's the main thing that has stopped me from pursuing like a tracks band replacement thing, just to kind of get my rocks off, be able to play some electric guitar, etc. Which, by the way, we had a jam at my buddy's Celebration of Life. A bunch of musicians that we played with him over the years and friends. And I got up there and I played some electric on somebody else's rig. I hadn't touched an electric in like a year and a half. And I felt a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit like I was trying to rein in a wild, bronco or something like that for the first couple songs. And I started to get a feel for it. I listened to the video back, and I didn't sound like I felt on stage, which was good. But it's definitely fun having the interaction with other musicians. And I've said this in other videos, a lot of the reason why we got into this in the first place is because music is fun, and it should be fun. It's when you start mixing it with having to make a living and stuff, that's where the lines get blurred, and that's where you can start to run into problems. But if you always try to stick with something that is fun, I don't think you'll ever have a problem. Try to keep it on the side of fun as much as possible, or keep the yin to your yang. So if you have to go do some things that aren't as fun, like some gigs, balance that out with gigs that are fun, that you may or may not make any money on, but that are just for the soul. And I find that playing with other musicians is the most fun, as long as they're decent musicians. I also listened back to the video, and why is it that drummers can't play a fucking straight beat? Why is it that drummers have to chop up, put fills underneath a groove or underneath your leads? Why do they have to do that? That is, I mean, these are guys that have been playing for 30, 40 years and do this. Okay? I'm going to give you an example. Most drummers think they know these tunes, but they don't know them, even stylistically. If you play a song like Superstition, which was one of the songs I jammed, the drum part is it's a 4 on the floor. That's it. And the fills are simple, and they definitely don't happen when somebody's doing a lead, and you're definitely not playing fills every 2 bars underneath somebody's lead. When I listen back to the video, I mean, it's just horrendous. And the guy's not a bad player. He just is not tasty. He doesn't taste is the most important thing. I don't care if it's guitar, vocal, I don't care if it's drums, bass. Taste, knowing when not to play is the most important thing. That's the biggest advice I can give you. When not to play. You know, definitely in the context of playing with other musicians, less is more. You definitely don't want to overplay. I play less. I play more when I'm playing solo, less in a duo, a bit less in a trio, way less in a 4 or 5 piece band. You have to leave space for other musicians. And you definitely do not play licks or fills if you're a drummer underneath somebody's lead. There's no circumstance where that's tasteful, that's called for. You know, so that's the one thing that made it not fun. But honestly, I didn't notice it at the time because I was concentrating on my guitar playing, because like I didn't know the feel of this instrument. There was also no delay or no reverb coming out of this guy's rig. I've never seen it before, never experienced a completely dry electric guitar with not even an option on the pedal board. But otherwise, the guitar played nice. It just wasn't my guitar. And when you haven't touched an electric for a long time, it's like it's like coming off of a Harley Softail and getting on an XR600 off-road bike. It's still a motorcycle, but it's a way different feel, and it's a way different, you know, vibe, and you have to kind of get a feel for it. So that's a few thoughts for this Monday. I was out delivering some Uber Eats this morning. It was really, really shitty. You can't take a delivery. For you guys out there that order, these companies are trying to get you guys to tip. And so they're not really paying us any money. They charge you exorbitant fees, and we're getting a $2.55 order, and we can't deliver it. It's not enough money. So that's a separate subject. So I'm home now. I'm gonna eat some steak and eggs and go back out this afternoon. So remember, be tasteful as a musician. Less is more.